This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up? Y'all, so James Jones, he's speaking on the infamous Suge Knight and Cameron confrontation. So let's check out exactly what he had to say. Check it out.
But speaking of Pac, I heard that Suge Knight, he tried to press Cam over the ambitions of a Rada beat.
Yes, I wasn't with Cam the night it happened, but Cam definitely held his ground when the incident happened between him and Suge. I guess showing his concern about why we use this sample.
Cam held his ground, so Suge Knight was really trying to press him about that.
Trying is the key word here.
I mean, if Daz gave Cam permission to use it, I don't see why Suge Knight was mad.
I don't even know the ins and outs of it at that point. We didn't really care about who made beats, nothing. We just was putting shit out. We didn't care about none of that. They tried to take game off of certified gangsters. I told Dr. Dre some fly. Well, I told them to tell Dr. Dre some fly. You know what I mean? Very young in the game, but I got to meet Dr. Dre afterwards. I got to do a bunch of records with Dr. Dre actually, but when your back is against the wall and you're just coming in the game and you know this could change your life, and some of these people do things that you feel like they're trying to stop your bag or stop from changing your life, and you don't know the ins and outs of the game. Yeah, I was ready to do whatever it took. Nobody was taking nothing off my plate at that point in time. You heard? All I knew was, nah, I'm a cold taker. I ain't nobody taking nothing from me. So, you live and you learn.
That certified gangster is the first time I heard about you too. So, yeah, that's crazy. So, Dre, he was trying to stop the game from being in the video.
Mm-hmm. They tried. Attempted. Ended up being one of the biggest looks of Game's life. That was before anybody knew who Game was. He's had a hell of a buzz on the West Coast. Did the deal with Dr. Dre and them, but didn't have no visibility at the time. So what we had did that with that certified gangster video and the connection we made gave him a hell of a jump start. You know what I mean? At the beginning of when he first signed his deal. So it worked in their favor. Well, that was the first look to the world before, like, he just signed to Interscope. They haven't even did a video, photo shoot or nothing. Nobody knew how Game looked. And the first look was on my record. So they was naturally trying to block that from happening. You know what I mean? All money in politics, you dig? But it ended up working in his favor. That was a great marketing tool for him to blast off. I thought he was Eazy-E's son when they first told us about him. They're looking on the internet, seeing him rap. And it was nice. And we got in touch with each other. Then I bring him out to New York. RP4 Bent. Yeah. I started the brotherhood with my brother. Shouts to Game.
You being the blood, did they accept you when you went to LA?
Well, back in that day, I was the only person who went to LA to build the bridge between LA and New York, whatever misconceptions they had about what a New York blood was, or we was imitating blood culture and things like that. And I was the person to go out there to kind of let them know that we as real as it get. But on the flip side of that, it's a very ignorant culture and things like that. And my mindset was so far gone back then. And thinking about it now, it was like, what point was I proving with an ignorant mindset going out there? The bridge I was building wasn't for positivity back then. It was more on some gang culture and shit like that. But yeah, I was the person that put that whole thing together and shit like that, and built that camaraderie from the East Coast to the West Coast. But yeah. Shouts to LA, man. I have a beautiful time every time I go to LA. You heard? Shouts to my boy Wacko. What's up, blood?
What's up, y'all? So appreciate y'all for tapping into my channel. And the clip of the show, y'all, that was Jim Jones. And he was speaking on the infamous confrontation between Suge Knight and Cameron. And this happened way before Suge Knight was, jailed, because he's been in jail for over a decade now. So this happened before, and during this time, Suge Knight, he had a reputation, and when you said his, or rather mention his name, he would ring bells, and usually it's not because he did some good things. And Jim Jones, he decided to break down exactly what happened between Cameron and Suge Knight. And according to witnesses, they said that Cameron wasn't afraid of Suge Knight. And the funny thing is that, Suge Knight impressed a lot of people during that era. Not only Cameron and Dipset, he impressed 50 Cent too. 50 Cent and G-Unit. So when 50, when he was in California, he actually shot a video. It was with Eminem, Lord Banks, The Game, and at this video shoot, that's when Suge Knight and his crew decided to pull up on 50 Cent. And according to sources, they're saying that 50, he ran to his trailer and got a llama, if you know what I mean. And he chased Suge Knight down. And so I actually want to know what you're thinking about this. So make sure to like this video and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next videos.